All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachakodash. Want to give double honors to our apostles, the elder bishops at Great Millstone, who continue to rule well and guide us through the Spirit, and double honors to their teachers who taught them as well. And peace and blessings, shalom to the Most High's hopeful elect across the four corners of the earth. I'm the brother Yagadan. I'm a one from GMS Houston here with another lesson. All right, and I want to go into the energy of rebellion, all right, that's rising, all right, amongst the American people and soldiers, okay, all right, behind this cruel Lord being in control right now and starting a war that needed not to be started, all right, being the reason, all right, following behind the orders of the state of Israel, these gutter rats, these small hats, man. Okay, but the people of America are not siding with war this time. They're not seeing the justification of why we're going after another, all right, country. Okay, but I just wanted to get into a couple articles before I get some scriptures, man, to just show, all right, that these Americans are not following suit, all right, with the agenda that's being pushed. Okay, but this is off of MinaNews.net. All right, this is dated on March 8th, 2026. All right, it's previous Sunday. All right, it says, the title says, U.S. soldiers seek ways to avoid deployment in potential war with Iran. All right, Washington says, MENA amid escalating tensions in the Middle East, some soldiers are reportedly looking for ways to avoid deployment into a potential conflict with Iran. And I remember watching a video of the young people that was American soldiers, all right, that was getting ready to get deployed, and they didn't have a look of we ready to die, we ready for war, we ready to defend our country. All right, they were looking as if they were going to their demise, and they are, according to prophecy. All right, you're getting ready to be pulled into the valley of Jehoshaphat, man, where the Lord's going to judge the nations. Okay. All right, but reading on, it says, according to the U.S. advocacy organization that supports service members who refuse to participate in armed conflicts on moral grounds, Michael Preisner, Mike Preisner, executive director of the Center of Conscience and War, said that the organization's hotline has been receiving a surge of calls from soldiers concerned about being assigned to a conflict involving Iran. So basically, they have an organization, all right, open, all right, linking, all right, conscience and war, and basically, all right, all the soldiers are the ones that's calling, man. Okay, because they conscience is eating them up, and they seeing regardless they're all wicked, they about to be judged, but they seeing that this war is bullshit, man. All right, and they don't want to, just like the Marine that got his arm snapped, man. What was he screaming, man? They don't want to go fight for Israel and die for Israel. Okay, and this is the sentiment that's being spread. Okay, it says in a post on the social media platform X on Saturday, Preisner said many callers were active duty troops seeking advice on how to refuse participation in what they view as a misguided war involving the United States and Israel against Iran. Okay, backing up what I was saying. All right, it says the organization recently expanded its hotline services to assist service members who believed that conflict would be unjust, offering guidance and legal avenues for refusing combat participation. And now you look at this, you got a whole organization that's helping people, helping soldiers, all right, deny or refuse, all right, to go out to battle or to serve in the military, man. Okay. But this goes back into things we've always been speaking about, the difference between the American military versus other nations, where their soldiers are pretty much groomed, all right, for war, to defend their country. They see something that needs to be defended, man. Over here in America, joining the military is a cop-out into life. You don't get the benefits. You be able to get loans. Oh, they'll put you through school. All right, so we got American people who's getting into the military, all right, for personal gain versus being in the mindset of defending their country. Now you got these other nations, they're in that mindset, and they're saying we need to defend them from Israel and America right now, man. Okay? While people are sitting here where we're at the last day of spring break, people out partying and bullshitting as if WW3 hasn't began. Hey, Kyle Halal Yim Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. I just realized at the top of the screen it had 1447. All right, keep reading. It says, according to Preisner, the number of troops potentially being deployed to the Middle East may be significantly larger than what the United States Department of Defense has publicly disclosed. And that's why I want to lead into this next article, because what's going to happen, a draft. All right, if you have active duty members calling and trying to figure out legal ways to avoid, all right, going in and being involved with this conflict, all right, with America and Israel against Iran, all right, does that sound like it's going to have people lined up to join? No. All right, so the Lord is going to have to put the spirit on these devils to enforce that draft and enforce people, which is going to cause more and more division, man. Okay, let's jump over here. I just a quick Google search. I said, is Congress moving forward with new draft rules? It says, yes, Congress is moving forward with significant changes to the military draft process, specifically by passing legislation that will make registration automatic for American males aged 18 to 26. Okay, and this says automatic. In other words, you won't have to go register. You won't have to agree. If you're in that age range, you're automatically going to be registered. All right, for the draft. Okay, it says here are the key details regarding the new rules. Okay, it says automatic registration law provision in the fiscal year 2026 National Defense Authorization Act (NDAA). It says requires the Selective Service System to automatically register eligible individuals using information from other federal databases rather than relying on individuals to register themselves. So they got you locked in and loaded, man. All right, it says implementation date. The automated system is scheduled to become operational by December 18, 2026. So this thing could linger on, okay? We're not looking for nukes to start flying in the next months, and we are looking for them. But realistically, we know that's not going to happen. First of all, the MOTB has to come before the nukes, okay? So it's saying, okay, that this draft, these new draft provisions are going to kick in December of this year, man. Okay, so that's when things could speed up as well, man. Lord willing. It says purpose of the change. It says this move addresses high Salakia. This move addresses high rates of non-compliance with the current self-registration system, which has been in place since 1980. So they're doing this. Why? Because, all right, people they registering, lining up and registering to be in the military like they was at one point, man. That old gung-ho American spirit has died down, man. Y'all last big magic trick to put these Americans in that spirit was 9/11. And now everybody's seeing that that was a big old show. Okay, it says not a current draft. It says these changes do not activate a draft conscription, nor do they mean induction orders are imminent. The U.S. continues to maintain an all-voluntary military. They saying that shit now until it gets to a point to where it's we need all boots on the ground, all right, to defend our country and Israel. All right, then things are going to change, man. But this devil, hey, they'll do what they want to do, man. All right, they've already shown you this. All the pieces of paper, all right, that's been written on from your Constitution to your amendments, okay, are all shit, man. And then they have loopholes within them for them to move around, or they'll just change the law now, okay? It says active threshold to actually call up a draft, a separate specific act of Congress and approval from the president would be required. And this is all right. This is all going to happen in detail through the will of the Lord, man. All right, war is going to happen. So we just waiting out of faith and occupying ourselves in prophecy and these works in the meantime. Okay, while we watching, all right, on our tower, how the Most High is going to play this thing out, man. Okay? It says, what is not changing? It says, only men. The requirement currently applies to male citizens and immigrants aged 18 to 25, though discussions about including women have occurred. So you women out there, you want the weaker rights? Oh, we can do it too. Remember the old Mia Hamm and Michael Jordan commercial? All right, your Gatorade commercial, you had Mia Hamm competing and doing everything that Michael Jordan was doing, pushing that Queen of Heaven vibration. I can do anything better than you bullshit. All right, well, guess what? Get your ass ready to get an M16 thrown at you and some army fatigue, man, and get your ass deployed. That's equal opportunity for your ass. All right, it says exemptions. Procedures will exist for men not registered to register. Example says non-immigrant visa holders to remove themselves from the database. These changes represent the large modifications to the selective service system in over 4 decades, aiming to streamline the process of potential future mobilization, man. Okay, so this is going to happen. All right, they're going to continuously play the game as if they don't know they have to vote for this. No, it's already mapped out. All right, even in their understanding of thinking that their agenda is being moved forward. No, we know the Most High is the one really moving the chess pieces, but in their minds, they're making these decisions, playing these games, all right, for their so-called outcome to be fulfilled, man. But real quick, this is 2nd Ezra 15 and 16. And like it said in that article, the main reason they're doing these provisions with the draft is because people aren't registering like they were. Okay, it says, for there shall be sedition among people and uprising and rebellion against the government or the rulership, man. Okay, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Even though this nigga ain't gonna do nothing. All right, you can't trust a nigga with dreads that eat Slim Jims. When a nigga at my job was he was like, man, it's time for us to, like, the only way we gonna fix this is we stand up and do something about it. You niggas, you Americans, you gung ho Edomite Christians, you're not gonna do shit, man. All right, you're gonna be casualties of war, because the moment that you do try to stand up and fight, you just bit right into the trap. Okay. All right, you fell for what they wanted you to do. They wanted you to rebel. They want you to fight back. All right, so they can have reasons to up the ante and really kick in martial law at a higher scale. Okay, so they can have reasons to unleash these robot dogs. All right, bring in troops to enforce curfews. Let FEMA do what it was set up to do. Okay, all right, this is all things we look forward to. That's letting us know, all right, that we're almost at the end, man. Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2. It says, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. That's talking about Americans, not talking about ancient Egypt. Okay, we're under the rule of the cruel Lord being DJ Trump. Okay, all right, now, all right, modern day Egypt. Okay, modern day Rome, modern day Babylon. Okay, all these ancient kingdoms, man. All right, the major prophecy in the scriptures, all right, referring to these ancient kingdoms, we're talking about the things that's going to play out today. Okay, that's why the scriptures say we have a more sure word of prophecy. All right, we have full understanding, all right, of what the Bible is talking about from front to back now. Okay, why? Because we're at the very end. Okay, but you're seeing a divide, man. You had Senator Ted Cruz make a statement, I believe, years ago, and I don't know if they're resurfacing the video, or I believe he's made another statement about it, but basically saying that if you don't support the Jews, then he's not going to support you. Okay, so you're seeing the divide already happening, man. Now, this devil takes pride on divide and conquer. Well, watch how the Most High show you the highest level of dividing and conquering. Okay, all right, setting Americans against Americans on major different levels, man, and not just in one area. All right, is this going to be all out, all right, rebellion and chaos, all right, and division in this place? Okay, it says, and they shall fight one against another. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Okay, and that's the beauty of what's coming, man. This place is gonna tear itself apart, man, before it's ultimately destroyed, man. Okay. All right, this is Matthew 12 and 25, and I'll go on this. It says, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or home or house divided against itself shall not stand. So America will not stand too much longer. All right, these people feel that this is an immoral and unjustified war. All right, and we're just supporting and going to war to send in our minds of America. You're sending our children off to die for Israel. Okay, so this place is going to continue to find different ways to divide until the ultimate destruction of nuclear fire comes under this place. Okay, so that's it for this lesson. Lord willing, it was edifying. All right, once again, giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach double honors to our apostles and elder bishops at Great Millstone and the elder high priest who taught them as well. And peace and blessings, shalom to the Most High's hopeful elect across the four corners of the earth. Stay on your watch and stay locked in. We almost out of here. Shalom.